ちょっと今日は英語のレッスンを受けながら世界の情勢を聞いていきたいと思います。Okay, we are now taking video.
Okay. Okay, just what questions?
Yeah, I want to in Japan. So it's about COVID-19, and in Japan, that the pandemic was almost finished in Japan. But how about in the Philippines?
Right now, the trend in the Philippines, it continues to increase. So yesterday, May 27, we had 350 cases or
Wow.
380. And
Wow. It's a lot.
actually it increased. It increased. So, and the trend in our country, there's no sharp decline. So the trend is it goes up, it goes down, goes up again, goes down, and then but it's always around 150, 180 to 250. That was the trend a few weeks ago, but for the past few days, it's been around 300. So, but somehow there is also an explanation about that because we have been doing targeted testing. We have expanded testing. So the testing in the Philippines is not only limited to people who manifest symptoms, but also includes people who have exposure. So, for example, if they have relatives who tested positive, then they will get tested too. All hospital workers, most hospitals have conducted their test. Military and police, they also conducted tests. And people with travel history, they also get tested. So more tests means more results. So it could be positive or negative. So, and even people without symptoms or even with mild symptoms, they get tested too. So, and sometimes they turn out to be positive for the virus. So, but unlike Japan, we don't have a downward trend. It's we really don't have sharp decline, which is a big problem as well.
I see.
But another thing is the results we have in the Philippines, it's not real time. So we have what we call backlogs. So some of these tests were conducted a week ago. I think maximum of 2 weeks. I read an article from a scientist in the Philippines, and he has been working and he had been advising government officials. So we have backlogs. So the results we have now, these tests were taken a few days ago. So it's not real time. So it's really difficult for us to say that there's what trend we have in the Philippines.
I see. And I want to know where is most highly infected rate in the Philippines.
In the Philippines, we have what we call NCR, which comprises of different cities. That includes Manila.
Manila.
But if I'm not mistaken, the highest now is in Quezon City. And then Cebu.
In Cebu, wow.
Yeah, so Quezon City, Cebu, because they have clusters in Cebu. In the case of Cebu, one prison or jail, a lot of prisoners tested positive there. And the situation in the jail, they live so close. I mean, they sleep and they're inside the jail. So they're very close to each other. So the transmission of the virus is really much easier, and no social distancing inside the jail, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But do you know about for normal citizen, just a normal citizen? So you told me in jail it cluster happened So what about other, so normal citizens in Cebu or Quezon? I don't know. I mean, you didn't mention about the Quezon City.
Yeah.
In Cebu, is there okay? So their normal citizens are okay, or they're still?
Yeah, I think most of them. So another cluster they have in Cebu, it's but they already had lockdown in that area. So yeah, but it's kind of like how would I say this? We call it squatter, maybe something like that. I don't want to use that term though, but these are it's an area where people who don't have a very good situation financially live. So they don't live in villages. Kind of like maybe if you can imagine, it's a little similar to a slum area, but not that bad. Not something like that. I don't know how to describe it because but because people also live so close in that area, and in the Philippines, many Filipino families have extended families. So so sometimes in one household there are many members, and that will include grandparents and cousins and aunts. So if you can imagine, just one person who tests positive for the virus can infect a lot already. And there was this incident in Cebu wherein one patient who actually tested positive and should have been isolating at home, he went out to drink with friends, and that started that cluster. So and because of that, the kind of area they live in, so it spread so easily. So there were hundreds who tested positive in that area alone. But the local government already put that area on kind of like a lockdown, so not allowed to go out, if I'm not mistaken. So
I see. How do you think when that lockdown will end?
Right now, government is having talks with local government. So the executive the executive department is having talks with the local government, and many of them are actually asking to transition from what we call ECQ, we call it enhanced community quarantine, transition to general, kind of like a downgrade version. But because we have to revive the economy.
Yes.
And in the case of the Philippines, majority of people are poor, and many Filipinos don't have enough money at this point. It's been 2 months since the lockdown, so whatever savings they have, already a lot of people run out of money. And although the government had been very supportive financially, our government actually gave out what we call a social amelioration program, SAP. Still, it's not enough because the population in the Philippines, we are around 108 million. So the budget for those people, it's really not enough. But the main target of that program is for the poorest of the poor. So but eventually funds will run out. So that's why we have to revive the economy, and our government already did what they can to save lives, So, because the main purpose of this lockdown is to stop the exponential spread of the virus, and stopping that spread will also save more lives. So that's the main point of this quarantine. But although the cases, we still have a lot of positive cases every day, we still have to balance it with economy. So actually our president will give another speech tonight. So Yeah, because areas like Manila, Cebu, and my city, we oh no, my city is under GCQ, but Manila and Cebu, they are still under ECQ, so they want to downgrade to GCQ, but we don't know yet. It depends on the recommendation. So, yeah, there is a specific organization who's handling that, and our president gets advices or recommendations from experts. Yeah, so tonight maybe our president will make a decision on downgrading certain areas. Yeah, that's it.
I see. So in your area, about Davao City, are you do you able to go out freely now?
We can actually. So 2 weeks ago, almost 2 weeks ago, we downgraded to GCQ. So public transportation is now available. When we were under ECQ, enhanced community quarantine, public transportation was suspended. Except for taxis. So the jeepneys and buses were not allowed to. Everything was suspended. Yeah. So 2 weeks ago, we had that transition. So people are now allowed, and some people are already going back to work. But with measures implemented by the government. So they have to before business establishments can reopen, there are certain requirements they need to follow. And it only is for essential businesses. So a lot of businesses are still closed right now. So yeah, but yeah, some businesses reopen, but they had to follow strict protocols. They have to wear masks, some shields. They need to have disinfectant. They need to disinfect their place and social distancing, and still strict at this time. And we still have curfew. So in my city, our curfew is 9 p.m.
9 p.m.
Yeah, so that's it. But because I've been going out for the past few days. I mean, I just go out once in a week.
Once in a week.
Yeah, because I'm scared. Yeah, I'm really scared to go out. So I noticed there are really more people these days. So traffic is back. Yeah, traffic is back, and more movements than before. So that's it. But what I noticed though is that people really implement social distancing. They follow, and everyone wears masks, and everyone brings sanitizers or alcohol with them. So yeah, but more movements, but still fewer people compared to normal. A lot of people are still really afraid, and so that's it. Even going to the groceries, people still don't really go to groceries that much. They hire someone.
Hire someone to buy their groceries.
Groceries for them. Yeah. So, or even restaurants, because restaurants are open but no dine-ins, just takeouts and deliveries. So they also hire people like Grab Food, similar to Uber Food. Yeah, they hire those kinds of people to deliver food for them. So I think majority of people in my city are still afraid to go somewhere.
I see. In my opinion, this chaotic situation made our mindset change. So I don't know how, but how do you think in the future our mindset will change somehow?
Yeah, I think so. So actually, this as we go through this kind of situation, I think most people are changing their mindset under this new normal we have. So I think more and more people are becoming more cautious. And yeah, but let's say in my city though, we were told by our mayor that we must imagine that we have the virus. Kind of like, yeah, so we have to keep ourselves protected at all times. We have to keep our guards up all the time, and we should be careful when we go out. So I think that has slowly changed our mindset. And honestly, I went out 2 weeks ago on the day that the ECQ was lifted. Because so when we had ECQ, our curfew was 6 p.m. It was much earlier that time. But I noticed 2 weeks ago, on that day that the quarantine was downgraded, around 6 p.m. there were really fewer people that time. So, because our mindset changed and our schedule also changed. So around 5 p.m. people were already cramming to go home, kind of in a hurry, like let's go home. But yeah, because we just shifted on that day. Yeah, so yeah, but it changed. It changed how we think and our lifestyles as well. So yeah, this pandemic is a game changer.
Yeah. That's right. Did you change something during this pandemic? Do you change something about your lifestyle or about something about you?
Yeah, I think it depends on the person. So I believe we all have different ways of coping up. So in my case though, since I've been working home based, so this is really just normal for me. But I feel less motivated at this time. So kind of like my morale is low at this time. Maybe it's because nothing excites me.
Yeah, exactly.
Because of this guy. So I think it depends on the person. So in my case though, I just kind of feel a little low at this time because prior to the pandemic or prior to the quarantine, on the weekends, I always enjoy going out or eat out there was something I look forward to every weekend. But these days, I don't have that. And I have events that were canceled. So it's not really that depressing, but somehow it made me sad, So that's why my morale is kind of low at this time. So yeah, but I find ways to cope during this pandemic. So yeah, but I think it really depends. Some people are okay; they can relax more. They have time with their families more. Other people discover new hobbies, new skills. So it depends, on the person.
I see. I see. So thank you for answering all of questions.
Yeah, thanks, Sushu. I appreciate it. Yeah, and I hope if there are, kind of like news that were falsely reported in Japan, hopefully that clarifies some of them, or coming from someone who really lives in the Philippines. So that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's almost running out of time.
Yeah. You have to tell me because I'm being formal too. I cannot move so much.
It's okay. Please finish this lesson.
Okay. Thanks, Shu. I'll see. Let me know. Show me. I'm quite conscious with how I look, so show me on the next class. Okay?
Yeah. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.
まあ日本では、まあ今ちょっとこう終わりかけっていうかね、ちょっとこうコロナのブームが去っているような感じ。去っているのか、それともみんな移っちゃったのか、まあ、ちょっと本当のところはね、日本ではね分かんないところなんですけどね。まあ実は世界ではまだまだ、自宅待機を命じられていたり、門限があって出れなかったりっていう風な状況が結構続いているようですね。で僕らもなんかその企画をフィリピンとかでやってるんで、こうやって結構フィリピンの情報っていうのは結構先生たちから、まあ、具体的に直接聞いてて、まあ早くこの変なウイルス騒ぎが終わるといいなと思います。はい、じゃあ今日の動画は以上となります。ありがとうございました。